Also, we got Effect 0 Pro for production. Next part, Sakura 4 Skulls 3. So, let's jump into where we left off last time. Maya forces a smile onto Ayana's face. Maya descends upon Ayana, then pulls her lips up to the corners into a forced smile. Ayana tries to stammer out, her face red with embarrassment. Is this really helpful? It's very helpful. Don't you feel more positive with a big grin on your face? It suits you. Are you sure? Ayana looks at Maya dubiously. I probably look stupid. Well, maybe a bit. I knew it. But it's going to a long way to lighten the atmosphere around here. What do you think, everyone? Oh yes. Your face looks really funny like that, Ayana. It's making me want to laugh too. I wish you wouldn't. This is kind of embarrassing. And it hurts. You're being too rough, Maya. I wouldn't have to sort of shot tactics if you only learn how to smile yourself, you silly girl. She really is silly, isn't she? I think that's the part of her charm, but really that face? Please don't laugh at me. How can I not, when you look so funny? Coco too begins to giggle, no doubt spurred on by Mika. She tries to hide her laughter behind one hand, but soon it's going so uncontrollable she is unable to. Coco, not you too. I am sorry, Ayana, but Mika is right, you do look funny. What about you, Jaja? Do you think I look funny? No, you look adorable. No, you don't look funny. You look adorable. Do you not think so? Yes. There's nobody cuter than you, Ayana, even when you're grimacing like that. It makes me want to pat you on the head. There, you see? Maya smiles sweetly. Her finger still locked into the corners of Ayana's mouth. It's much better to smile even if you don't always feel like it. It goes a long way to lighten the mood. Things don't seem quite so bleak anymore, do they? Maybe not for you, but that's because you are all laughing at me. Anna sniffs. You're also mean. Ollie, I just want the best for you. Now, do you promise to try and be more positive? If it does stop you from forcing me to smile like this, then Anna draws in a breath and she meets Maya's gaze, her blue eyes narrow with newfound determination. I'll do my best. Good. That's what I like to hear. Let's resume your training tomorrow morning. I shan't hold back even if you begin to cry. We can't afford to give up. I'm going to prove to you just how talented you really are, whether you like it or not. Time passes as they're prone to doing, and before I know it, a full week has passed. Throughout the week, Ayana has been training every day with Maya. Ayana gets embarrassed when other people watch her, so I've tried to avoid snooping, but from what I gather, I think she made some progress. She's not tied herself and Maya up in rope since the very first training session, which can only be an improvement. Whoops, I clicked outside the screen. Once Maya finished today's training regimen with Ayana, the five of us sit down and Mika's attempt to eat. Our food consumed, Maya then addresses us, her eyes narrowed. I apologize if it sounds too serious. I do not wish to ruin this suggestion, but there are important matters that I need to be discussed. Oh? Mika whistles. It's unusual for you to talk like that. I'm starting to get shivers. You have been possessed by a malevolent entity, have you? Hardly. By snorts. You forget I'm a powerful witch. Of the five of us seated here, I'm the most malevolent. I could scare away any silly spirits with a mere glance. Then what is the matter? Why do you look so serious? If I look serious, it's because the matter I wish to discuss is a weighty one. I think it's past time for us to confront Imala. The mention of Imala's name makes me shudder. I can't help but cast my mind back to the darkened prison cell and Imala's mocking expression. What would have happened if Maya hadn't been in possession of that enchanted trick Mika gave us? Would we still be locked away in that dungeon at Imala's mercy? It's a chilling thought. I don't much want to see Imala again, but if we do not try to stop her, and soon she will only continue with her degenerate plans. She will attack even more villages, and she will cause untold destructions. We are the only ones who know of the wicked plot. As such, we are the only ones who can stop her. We cannot let her get away with this. I agree with you, of course, but what does all this entail? Obviously, we will have to travel to Ares village, then we must try to seek audience with her. We have been seeing her again, huh? I should have known it'd come to this, but Maya's announcement takes me by surprise regardless. I wonder how I feel seeing her again. Well, it will be a bit pretty awkward, I suppose. I'm afraid that'd be pretty awkward after she confessed to me beneath the stars. I have no idea what to say to her. I might be even more anxious about the prospect and the thought of once more meeting Imala. If we can talk to Eri, we may be able to persuade her to imprison Imala. If Imala interrupts us, however, then we have to fight her. Exactly. That is the most worst case scenario, however. I do not want to come to that, and there's no inherent reason why it would. If we are clever, we may be able to avoid any violence. That would be our benefit. Imala is our chief priestess. She has a very important position in the village. If we attacked her in broad daylight, we would definitely cause a scene. The village guards would all flock to Imala's side as a matter of course. If we're not careful, we might have to contend with the whole village. I don't want to go against the whole village. The princess guards have done nothing wrong. I would hate to hurt them. I agree. I might be a sailor, but I take no pleasure in harming cute girls without their consent. Bloodshed is a big no-no. So we're going to try to avoid violence. I would prefer if we can. If we do come to blows, however, I think we will emerge victorious. My powers are stronger than that of any village guards, and we have Hajana on our side. Her magic has come a long way thanks to my training. A few measly spears should pose her little harm. If we work together, I have no doubt that we can take on the whole village. Imala herself is the biggest threat, given her she can summon slimes. But if she were to do that, it would turn her own people against her. It is no power she can show off willy-nilly. We should be able to prevail in a fight. Though that would of course make it hard for the princess to trust us. It is a thorny issue, but I think discretion will be our biggest ally. We will arrive at the Princess Village Coventry and seek the area out without drawing attention to ourselves. We will tell her that the mole is treachery, and with some luck she should listen to us. She seems to trust you, Jaya, so you should believe you, no matter how well your accusations. I sure hope so. Me too. Coco sighs. Ari is such a trusting girl. I doubt she even considered that Imola might not be who she says she is. She has known Imola since she was young, and she has a good deal of faith in her. Will Jadia's word alone shake her beliefs? I do not know, but we will have to try. We cannot continue to sit by idly, doing nothing. Let us set our plan into motion tomorrow. We will travel to Air's village once the dawn rises and try to speak with her. We will try to settle this peacefully without any fighting. But if we cannot, we must prepare ourselves for the worst. What do you say, everyone? Is that acceptable? It hurt Iris' feeling when the roof comes out, but yeah. Koga's assessments out of small piles. If Amala is as wicked as you say she is, she has to be stopped, no matter the cost. Alright, let's bring that tyrant down. I never forgive her for throwing me in that prison cell. She needs to be taught a lesson. I don't know if he will be of much use in our extrication, but I will do my best. Good. I'm glad I can count on you. You are all wonderful allies. It is settled then. We shall leave tomorrow. I cannot say what will happen, but for one, we will not rest until we have punished the Mala accordingly. Then, and only then, will I be able to relax? Pictures have we already seen. That day drags on, and when the sun sets, Mika and Coco retreat to bed. They change into the undergarment, they slide beneath the padded sheets that fill Mika's homey tent. The pair of them are lying together, now as they have every night, with Mika's arms wound tracely about Coco. Their eyes are closed and they are both smiling in their sleep. Mika's regular exultation disturbs Coco's blonde hair while soft snores fall from Coco's lips. They look perfectly blissfully happy. I can't help but feel envious when I look at them. I wish I could fall asleep that easily. I've been tossing and turning for a while. No matter how I try, I can't arrange my limbs in a comfortable position. I keep thinking about the conversation we had earlier. Come tomorrow, the five of us will journey to Ares village, then we will confront Imala. I wonder what will happen then. Will we settle things without drawing our weapons, or will we have to fight? If we do fight, will we be able to best her, or... My head starts pound, and my stomach feels like it's been tied up in knots. I'll never be able to get any sleep like this. It's impossible. Maybe I should go for a walk. With some luck, it might help to clear my head. I sit up, the covers falling from my body, my bare shoulders are exposed to the cool air, and I'm shivered. I adjust my ponytail, which has begun to fall apart after my tossing and turning. Then I make to stand up, but something stops me. I can feel eyes boring at me in the dark. The gaze is intense. My skin prickles. I glance to the left, my newly tied hair brushing against my cheek. It's a bit hard to see in the dark, but it's not so hard I can't pick out the contrast of a familiar face. Yana must have been unable to sleep just like me, because she's also sitting up in bed. Her blue eyes look dark and mysterious, and her white hair falls measly around her shoulders. Ayana. I scramble over to her, careful not to make too much noise. I don't want to make Mika or Coco. Are you alright? I could be better, I suppose. But then again, I could always be better. Are you having trouble sleeping? Anna nods. I was thinking about tomorrow. Going to Ares village. Anna nods again and then grin. Not the only one. Are you anxious too? Well, yeah. The last time we were at Ares village, we were kidnapped by that insane priestess and then. I meant to give a brief rundown of the torment we were subjected to in Mola's hands, but pause. There's no real point in getting into it now. Not with Adriana. She was there with me when it happened, and she knows exactly how it occurred inside that creepy stone dungeon. Well, that is in the past. I'm sure it'll be fine. You just need to keep our wits about us. Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to be positive, but the positivity does not come easily to me. I wish I was not, but I cannot deny the simple truth. I am scared. Of Imola. And another again. You might not realize it given your inability to perceive mana. Yeah, I'm hopelessly mundane, I know. But Imola really is powerful. I believe we only witnessed but a small sliver of her powers. I don't know what she is capable of, and she is a really scary part. When it comes to imprison us again, we won't be able to escape. This time, not without the necklace. We'll be trapped. That would be bad, yeah, but you're forgetting something. What? Imola might be all-powerful, but she's only one woman. None of the villagers know what she's really up to, and neither does Aerie. They might support her initially because they respect her, but when she shows her true colors, they all desert her. She has no real allies. We, on the other hand, are acting as a team. They're me and you, and there's Maya, Mika, and Coco too. We outnumber her. We outnumbered her last time, but she still bested us. Maybe so, but it's different this time. How so? I'm gonna work double hard to look after you. I'm going to work harder than ever to look after you, of course. If anything goes right, I'll be at your side quicker than blinking. I won't let Imola hurt a single hair on your head. Yeah. Anna blinks at me, her blue eyes bright in the lantern light. I appreciate it. You always looked out for me, ever since we were children. I feel a bit better hearing that. But I'm still afraid. Anna sniffs. Anna's expression twists. It looks like she's in pain. I don't want to see Mala again. When I think of her, I find it impossible to sleep. She really does scare me. But I know I cannot avoid a confrontation. She has done many awful things, and she deserves to be punished for them. Nobody can bring her to justice save us. It's frightening prospect, but Anna fingers find mine in the dark. She links her hands together and gives me a palm a gently squeeze. I have come too far to back down now. I cannot forgive that woman from the destruction she brought upon our village. I still feel fearful when I think of confronting her, but I shall do my best to overcome it. I think I can press on if I have you by my side. Thank you, Jaja, for always being there for me. It's no problem. Alone we might be weak, but together we're strong. We have friendship on our side, and there's something that's miserable, washed up, only Harpy does have. It supports you, and I know you support me. We make a great team. I think so too. I don't want to let anybody down, particularly not you, so Anna inhales and she squares her shoulders. I will do my very best regardless of how afraid I am. I can't let my own anxiety stop me. Hi, Anna. I blink at Diana, momentarily overwhelmed. She looks at the same as always, but but I can sense the certain sort of purposefulness radiating from her. She changed a lot during our journey. She's not the meek, timid girl she once was. She is doing her best to forge ahead despite her resentence, a trait I find remarkable. I think Ayana is stronger than even she knows. I wake early in the following morning with the chirping of the birds. Sunlight filters in the top of the fabric of Mika's tent, which promises a bright and sunny day. It seems like a fairly assumptuous start to our journey. I hope everything goes well. I desperately want Imala to be punished for her crimes, but at the same time I feel anxious about facing her again. I know she is capable of, and how powerful she is. She can use her own magic in combat, and she can summon slimes. Will we really have a chance? I'm not sure, but I know we don't have a choice. We have to do our best. I rise and dress, forcefully optimistic, too, swirling about in my head. There's no room for self-doubt or fear. It will only get in the way. All right. My address is also at large once we all awoken. Are you all ready to face Imala? As ready as I'll ever be, I suppose. It's all right, Ayana. You can do it. I believe in you. Same here. Good. Then let us teach that wicked priestess a lesson. She will rue the day she dared to make a fool out of the great witch Maya. What about the careless destruction of small villages? Is that not more important? Yes, that too. She has a lot to answer for. Though, really. I endured a lot because of that woman. She humiliated me in front of all of her hairy scars, and then she went on to imprison me. Can you credit it? She should count herself lucky her slimes did not damage my beautiful face, else she would be in real trouble. I have half a mind to spank her when I lay my hands on her. That should teach her some manners. Her arms folded across her chest. The youth of today are out of control. They have no respect for the elders and the betters. I thought Imala was pretty old herself. I don't know how old she is exactly, but from what I gather, she's been by Aries' side since she was a small child. Aries in the early 20s like me, so that must mean Imala is in her late 30s, or even early 40s. Does that mean Maya is even older than that? She doesn't look it, but she does like to harp on about how wise and experienced she is. I think she's over 100 years old, actually. I wonder, are you older than my granny, Maya? Wouldn't you like to know? I would, actually. That's why I'm asking. You're not like 200, are you? Maybe not. That's one of my little secrets. You have too many secrets. You're supposed to be allies, but I feel like I hardly know you. Come now, Yaja. Don't be like that. You might not know all the nitty-gritty details, but you know everything that matters. You are aware, for example, that I love cute girls. Well, duh. You only talk about that every waking second. And you are aware that I'm very strong. That is all you need to know. Really? Raise an eyebrow. For a so-called powerful witch, you are incredibly simple. Quite. I don't like getting bogged down in unnecessary details. Life is too short. I guess that holds true for ordinary humans, but you have no right to say that when you've been alive for centuries. No, I'm not immortal. My mana can only sustain me for so long. Even my life has an expiry date, but that will, with some luck, be years from here hence. Now enough chatting. Imola waits, and my hands is itching to be acquainted with her rear. It's quite a cute rear she has, despite her awful personality. It's a shame so nice a figure was wasted on a woman like her. Alright everyone, we'll be departing soon, but before that, we need to make sure we have all our provisions. Did you remember to bring some dried fruits with you, Coco, for the journey ahead? What about a spare pair of shoes and a spare pair of underwear, lest they get wet? Why would my underwear get wet? You never know. You could slip and fall into a river, or you can smile coyly. I might get a little bit carried away cuddling with you beneath the stars. You know I can't help but cling to you, Coco, particularly when it's cold. It's be counting on you to keep me warm. Mika, please. We are about to embark on an important quest. This is no pleasure trip. You can fondle Coco as much as you want in your own home, but there's a time and a place. Ooh, Mika pout. You're so harsh, Maya. And you are a hopeless pervert. It takes one to know one. At least I conduct myself with poise and grace. You keep telling yourself that, Maya. Nobody else will. Please, everybody. That's not fight. We'll never be able to defeat Imala if we are at once another short like wild animals. I opens her mouth, perhaps to retort, but pause. She frowns. Then she smiles and ruffles the top of Ayana's head. Yes, indeed. You are right. I'm sorry for causing a scene. Ayana, we must work together if we are to succeed in our adventure. Now, are you all ready? I'm ready. Let's do this. I'm sure to cheer you all on. Then let's us be on our way. And please, Mika, do try to take this seriously. This may be the toughest challenge any of us have yet to face. Once Mika is satisfied with whatever we have enough provisions, we set off to Ares village. Ares village is a considerate distance from Mika's, and it takes us 4 full days to get there. During the trek, Coco and I hunt for food while Ayana prepares it, and we eat rabbits and squirrels alongside some cracks Mika brought with us, and we sleep beneath the stars. We battle where we can, we bathe where we can, rivers and streams, but we don't linger for very long. We're all grimly aware of what we need to do. We need to confront him all, and we have to tell her what has been going on. If we are incapable of fulfilling this task, an untold number of villagers will meet their same fate minded. Left unchecked, Imola will continue to summon Slash. She will ruin lives, and I doubt she feel any guilt. Thinking about her makes me grind my teeth together. I'm not a vengeful person, but I believe Imola should be punished for her crime. That's the only way she'll ever be able to change. Then peace might finally come once more to our land. Eventually, on the 4th night, my party and I arrive at our destination. The wooden walls of Ares village can be seen from atop a vantage point on a nearby hill, fringed by trees. It's a late night and the sky is full of stars. The moon, meanwhile, hangs heavy above us like a pearl. It's a warm night with only the barest hint of breeze, but I shiver regardless. We come all this way, but now I'm beginning to doubt myself. What do you think we should do? Should we camp out here for the night and go there come tomorrow morning? That mightn't be such a bad idea. I'm tired too. We need to be well rested before we go into the village. It seems likely we have to confront Imola, and it's rather not do that half asleep. You both raised your good points, but I have an objection. Mala is sneakier than a weasel. If she were to learn of our location, I have no doubt that she would set her slice on us in our sleep. We would be sitting ducks out here and completely vulnerable to any surprise attack she might see fit to launch. As such, we ought to head to the village now. If we can get an audience with Eric quickly, we might be able to handle matters without ever laying eyes upon the troublesome priestess. I agree. I want to get this over and done with as soon as we can. That's how I conduct all my business deals. We can't afford to later. But it's so late. It will be rude to demand to see Her Highness at such an hour. It's a breach of protocol, yeah, but sometimes you got to throw caution to the wind. We didn't come here for pleasant chit-chat. We have a serious business to discuss. I suppose you are right. But I do fear we would make a poor impression upon the village guards. If I was there for a few minutes, unsure of what to do. We're so engrossed in our debate that we fail to hear the sound of footsteps approach us, cresting over the hill. We do, however, hear the sound of our throat being cleared and the cool, calm address that follows it. Well, look what we have here. It's been quite a while, has it not? I will call this a pleasant surprise. Had I not known upon waking this morn that you girls would have been paying me a visit. You cannot pull the wool over my eyes, you know. My body stiffens, and I find the hairs on my back of my neck stand up. I recognize the voice. It stirs uncontrollably memories within me. The last I heard it was gloating over me while I was bound with ropes. That's not an experience I will forget in a hurry, though I wish I could. The voice belongs to, of course, to Imala. The pink-haired priestess stands out of the shadows, her grey eyes narrowed, a thin smile plays about her lips, and surveys Ayana, Maya, Mika, Coco, and I. Here are 5 of us, and only one of her, but still feel uneasy. Imala looks completely at ease. Did she know we would be coming here? We haven't approached Ares village just yet, and we haven't made any loud noises. What tipped her off? Come now, why do you look so surprised? Imala titters. Surely you haven't not forgotten that I was born with the gift of clairvoyance. I can see into the future with a little effort as it takes you, Yaja, to tie up all your lovely hair. I knew you would be coming here soon, so I made a haste to greet you. As the priestess, chief priestess, a welcome guest is one of my duties. It would be most rude of me to leave you waiting. Imala drops us a neat courtesy. It's a pleasure to see you again, Maya, Ajana, and Jaja, and Coco too. It has been a long indeed time since I last saw you. Her Highness has missed you a good deal. It was awfully rude of you to leave her with nary a word of warning. Imala straightens up and then shoots Coco a narrow-eyed glance. But never mind that. You are here again, and that is all that matters. Now that you have returned to the fold, I should do all my power to ensure you do not run away. Her Highness will be so pleased to learn that her best friend has returned. I cannot wait to tell her the good news. This is a most happy occasion. Can I throw a spear at her head? Now, would you care to follow me? Mola beckons to Coco. This will be much easier on both of us if you agree to behave yourself. I do not want to resort to violence. Coco takes a step back and her eyes heavy with mistrust. Mika was right to warn me against you. I do not like the attitude of yours. Why it almost sounds as though you are threatening us. I do not want to threaten you. I am no brute, and I have said I deplore fighting. I would much rather settle things peaceably. Oh yeah? I'm getting so riled up that I can't help but snap at Imola despite my fear. The memory of being tied up in her dungeon is still fresh in my mind, but I push it to one side. I don't want to cover before this woman. I need to stand up to her. If you're such a big fan of peace, why do you take Maya and Ayana and I prisoner? You sure weren't acting very peaceful then. You're training us with those icky slimes of yours, and you were the one who set those slimes on my village in the first place. You might act like a goody-goody, but that's just the front in reality. You're anything but, you're a monster. A monster, am I? Yes, you are. If you think we're just, I just hand Coco over to you, then you're deluded. Your clairvoyance might not let you divine people's feeling of their intentions, but your common sense should tell you this much. We didn't come here to kiss and make up. I don't want to forgive you. We came here to tell Area about your treachery, so you can be punished. Yes, indeed. You have been a naughty girl, and you deserve to be taken to task. Now submit to us. We saw that last time. Maya holds both her hands together, imaginary and it begins to gather. Then pulsate in her palms. Before we ruin that pretty face of yours, she really do it, you know. Maya's super strong, and I watch you back in if I were you. My, you're also stubborn. Imola thought, then shakes her head. I thought I could talk things out with you like adults, but you're incapable of understanding my feelings. How then could you ever understand my motives? I'm acting only on Her Highness' sake, and I am not the villain of this piece. You do? No, you're not. Don't make me laugh. You're the truly selfish one. You sent your slimes off to dozens, maybe hundreds of villages. How many lives have you disturbed in your quest to make Aerie smile? If you knew Aerie at all, you'd be the first to realize that she never wanted this. She'd be devastated if she learned the truth. Then that is all the more reason to keep it from her. If you loved her, you wouldn't be honest with her. You can't base a relationship around lies and a subterfuge. Yeah, that's a point for once. Your relationship with Aerie will crumble given enough time, with or without our help. Once she realized how duplicitous you are. You only came here to speed things along to their natural conclusion. So even with the great which Maya means to chastise me, does she? Mola pouts. What a shame. It seems that you are all determined to stand against me. Damn straight we are. What you have done can't be pardoned, no matter how many fancy words you use. We never forgive you. And I suppose it's pointless to debate you further. You mean to tell the Highness of my doings. But I cannot let you do that. I will not allow you to disrupt Her Highness' peace and happiness. I love her from the bottom of my heart, and so... Imola clicks her fingers, and when she does, the wind seems to turn cold. My hair dances about my cheeks, whipped into a frenzy by the breeze. I wince and may take a step back, fingers curl about the shaft of my spear. When the breeze finally settles down, I see that the ground is peppered with shiny green creatures, all gelatinous slimes. They are the monsters which attacked my village 3 years ago, and they're the same monsters which attacked the princess village only a few weeks prior. Back then I thought them akin to force of nature, but now I know the truth. They didn't appear from nothingness. They were summoned by Imola. The slimes are not stupid to think for themselves, so they answer to each and every one of Imola's commands. Alone for they are weak, but together they can put up quite a fight, and their numbers right now are overwhelming. There are so many of them I can't possibly count them. There must be over 100 of them at least. Oh jeez. Are we really supposed to take all these on? We must, unless you want to find yourself back in the dungeon. Oh, of course I don't want that. Then we need to stand tall. Imola will not surrender without a fight. Let us dispatch of these of all her lackeys. I don't know if I'd be much use, but I do my best. Same here. And I cheer you on from the sidelines. Seriously? Coco always hurt her girlfriend. Aren't you going to lend a hand? No, can do. I'm afraid you know I'm no fighter. I'm not skilled with any weapons, and I can't use magic. You can rest assured, though, that I won't run away, not even in the go and get stuff. I never abandon you, my little cocoa bean. I support you until the last. Well, thanks very much. Cocoa sides. I'd rather that your support was a bit more tangible, but I appreciate the sentiment nonetheless. No? That we haven't seen. So let's save here, and I guess as long as it doesn't get too long of a fight, we will see how it concludes next time. So hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!